You know that feeling when you are about to turn 50, that strange mix of pride and panic like you have achieved something monumental but also wondering where all the time went. I had spent 25 years building what I thought was a solid life. A good job as senior manager at a logistics company, a beautiful home in Bellevue, Washington, 2 kids I put through college, and a wife who I believed loved me. My family kept whispering about my birthday, saying things like, "Just wait, Lincoln. Something big is coming." My wife Denise would smile, that mysterious smile, whenever I asked what they were planning. "Be patient," she would say, touching my arm gently. I thought they were organizing the surprise party of a lifetime. I had no idea that the something big they promised would be the emptiest day of my entire life. Before I continue with what happened next, I would love to know, where are you watching from? Drop your location in the comments. If you have ever felt invisible in your own family, hit that like button. And subscribe, because this story has a twist you will not see coming. Trust me, you will want to hear how this ends. Let me take you back to 3 weeks before my birthday. 3 weeks before my 50th birthday, I started noticing strange signals. Small things at first, the kind you brush off because you do not want to seem paranoid. I work at a logistics company in Seattle, been there for 18 years, climbed my way up to senior manager. The hours are long, the stress is constant, but I always told myself it was worth it. Everything I did was for my family. One Tuesday evening, I came home earlier than usual. Traffic on I-90 had been surprisingly light. I walked through the front door and heard Denise talking on the phone in the kitchen. Her voice had that hushed, secretive quality that makes you stop and listen. When I stepped into the kitchen, she jumped slightly and said, "I will call you back," before hanging up quickly. She turned to me with a bright smile. "Oh, just talking to Sarah about the book club," she said. The thing is, Denise has never been part of any book club, not once in our 26 years of marriage, but I let it slide. I figured she was coordinating my surprise party. My son Derek was home too. He had just graduated from college 3 months ago and was living with us while he figured out his next steps. I had paid $60,000 for his education at University of Washington. Every penny came from overtime hours and sacrificed vacations. Derek was in the living room with his younger sister Amanda, who was home for the weekend from her sophomore year at Seattle University. Another $45,000 a year. They were both hunched over a laptop, whispering and giggling. When I walked in, they slammed the laptop shut and looked at me like I had caught them doing something wrong. "What is so funny?" I asked, trying to sound casual. Derek smirked. "Nothing, Dad. You will see soon." There was something in his tone, something that felt less like excitement and more like condescension, but I shook it off. They are young, I told myself. They are planning something special. Over the next 2 weeks, the strangeness intensified. My in-laws got involved. Frank and Margaret Denise's parents kept calling and dropping hints. "Just wait," Lincoln Frank would say in that booming voice of his. "This will be memorable." My brother-in-law Bradley texted me almost daily. "Bro, your 50th is going to be epic." I felt genuinely touched. After all those years of working late, missing soccer games and dance recitals, maybe they finally wanted to show me they appreciated everything I had done. 2 weeks before the big day, I tried to get more information out of Denise. We were sitting on the back porch watching the sun set over Lake Washington. The house worth about $850,000 was finally paid off. I had made that last mortgage payment just a year ago. It felt like a massive weight lifted off my shoulders. "Honey," I said, I am not big on surprises. Can you give me a hint?" She turned to me, and for a moment her expression softened. "Lincoln, just be patient. You have worked so hard for this family. You deserve something special." Her words made my eyes well up. I actually felt tears forming. In that moment, I believed she truly understood. I took a screenshot of the post. I took screenshots of every comment. I saved them all. Then I put my phone down and sat in the dark. I did not cry. I did not rage. I just sat there feeling something shift inside me. For the first time in 25 years, I made a decision that was only about me. The next morning, I woke up with a strange clarity. I did not feel angry anymore. I felt calm, eerily calm. I went to work like it was any other day. I did not call Denise. The subject line read, "Beach Resort Booking Confirmation." My heart jumped. Were they planning a family trip for my birthday? I leaned closer and scanned the email quickly. The booking listed names Denise, Derek, Amanda, Frank, Margaret, Bradley, and his wife Paige. My name was not there. I stood there staring at that screen for what felt like an hour but was probably 30 seconds. Maybe it is a typo, I thought. Maybe they will add me later. Maybe I am not supposed to know yet, and my name is on a separate reservation. I created a dozen excuses in my head, anything to avoid the creeping feeling that something was wrong. When Denise came back downstairs, I said nothing. I just smiled and asked how her day had been. The final week before my birthday was bizarre. Derek and Amanda became distant. Whenever I walked into a room, conversations stopped. When I asked Derek about his plans for the weekend, he said, "Oh, I will be busy. Do not worry about it." Amanda was even vaguer. "Dad, just focus on work. We got everything covered." Their tones were not warm or affectionate. They sounded almost dismissive, like I was bothering them. I started losing sleep. My mind raced through possibilities. Were they planning some elaborate surprise trip where I would be whisked away at the last minute? Was this all part of the act? I wanted so badly to believe that. But deep down, a knot of anxiety tightened in my stomach. Something felt off. 3 days before my birthday, Denise kissed my forehead as I was leaving for work. She whispered, "Lincoln, this will change everything." I believed her. God, I was such a fool. The morning of my 50th birthday arrived. I woke up at 6:30 like I always do. Denise was already awake, which was unusual. She is normally not a morning person. I found her in the bedroom packing a small suitcase. "What is going on?" I asked, rubbing sleep from my eyes. She did not look at me. "Oh, just running some errands. You go ahead and enjoy your day. We will celebrate tonight." She walked over and kissed my cheek. It was cold, mechanical. There was no warmth in it, no affection, just a quick peck, and then she turned away. Derek and Amanda came out of their rooms with overnight bags. I felt my chest tighten. "Where are you guys going?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. Derek shrugged. "Just out. Do not worry, Dad. We will see you later." They left. All three of them walked out the front door, loaded their bags into Denise's SUV, and drove away. I stood in the hallway, still in my pajamas, watching them disappear down the street. No happy birthday. No hug. Nothing. I went to work. What else was I supposed to do? I sat in my office at the logistics company, staring at spreadsheets and pretending everything was normal. My coworkers wished me happy birthday. A few asked about my plans for the evening. "My family is planning something big," I said, forcing a smile. Inside, I felt hollow. I texted Denise around lunchtime. "What time should I be home?" No response. I texted again at 3. Nothing. I called at 4:30. Straight to voicemail. I left work at 5:30 and drove home with my stomach in knots. Maybe they are all there waiting, I told myself. Maybe they have been setting up decorations all day. Maybe this silence is just part of the surprise. I pulled into the driveway at 5:45. The house was dark. Every light was off. I unlocked the front door and stepped inside. Silence. Complete suffocating silence. "Denise," I called out. My voice echoed back at me. Derek, Amanda, nothing. I walked through every room. The kitchen was spotless and empty. The living room looked untouched. I went upstairs and checked the bedrooms. Denise's closet was partially empty. Her suitcase was gone. So were Derek's and Amanda's bags. I went back downstairs and checked the kitchen table, the counter, the fridge. No note, no card, no message of any kind. I pulled out my phone and called Denise again. Voicemail. I called Derek. Voicemail. Amanda. Voicemail. Panic started to rise in my throat. Had something happened? Was there an emergency? I called Frank, my father-in-law, no answer. I called Bradley. Voicemail. I sat down on the couch in the dark living room, my hands shaking, my heart pounding in my chest. Where were they? Why would they all disappear on my birthday without telling me? I sat there for 2 hours, just staring at my phone, waiting for it to ring. It never did. Around 8 in the evening, I mindlessly opened Instagram. I do not use social media much, but sometimes I scroll through to see what the kids are posting. I refreshed the feed, and there it was. A post from Amanda uploaded 2 hours ago. The photo showed all of them. Denise, Derek, Amanda, Frank, Margaret, Bradley, and his wife Paige. They were at a beach resort, palm trees swaying in the background, crystal blue water behind them. They were all holding colorful cocktails, wearing swimsuits and sunglasses, smiling like they did not have a care in the world. The location tag read, Four Seasons Resort Maui. I stared at the photo. My brain could not process what I was seeing. They were in Hawaii, on my birthday, without me. I scrolled down to the comments. I believed she saw all those nights. I stayed late at the office all those weekends I worked instead of going hiking like I wanted all those dreams I had put on hold. I thought she was saying thank you. I was such a fool. One evening, about 10 days before my birthday, I walked past Denise's laptop in the kitchen. She had left it open while she went upstairs. I was not snooping, I swear. The screen was just right there. I saw an email from a travel agency. I felt like someone had punched me in the stomach. The air left my lungs. I could not breathe. I stared at those words until they blurred. He will not even notice we are gone. Married to his job anyway. 25 years. 25 years of 60-hour work weeks, of missing my own father's funeral because I had an important presentation, of skipping vacations because we needed to save money for their college funds. They left. All three of them walked out the front door, loaded their bags into Denise's SUV, and drove away. I stood in the hallway, still in my pajamas, watching them disappear down the street. No happy birthday. No hug. Nothing. I went to work. What else was I supposed to do? I sat in my office at the logistics company, staring at spreadsheets and pretending everything was normal. My coworkers wished me happy birthday. A few asked about my plans for the evening. Where were they? Why would they all disappear on my birthday without telling me? I sat there for 2 hours just staring at my phone, waiting for it to ring. It never did. Around 8 in the evening, I mindlessly opened Instagram. I do not use social media much, but sometimes I scroll through to see what the kids are posting. I refreshed the feed, and there it was. A post from Amanda uploaded 2 hours ago. The photo showed all of them. They left. All three of them walked out the front door, loaded their bags into Denise's SUV, and drove away. I stood in the hallway, still in my pajamas, watching them disappear down the street. No happy birthday. No hug. Nothing. I went to work. What else was I supposed to do? I sat in my office at the logistics company, staring at spreadsheets and pretending everything was normal. My coworkers wished me happy birthday. A few asked about my plans for the evening. Every single sacrifice, every single moment, I chose them over myself. And they left me. On my 50th birthday. They went to Hawaii and laughed about it. My hands were shaking. I wanted to comment. I wanted to call them and scream. I wanted to throw my phone across the room, but I did not do any of those things. Instead, something cold and clear settled over me. A thought emerged from the chaos in my mind. They think I will not notice. They think I will just accept this. I met him at his office at 4 in the afternoon. I told him everything. I showed him the screenshots. James listened carefully, his expression neutral and professional. Lincoln, he said, when I finished, you have grounds for emotional abandonment if you want to pursue that angle. But more importantly, we need to protect your assets. We went over everything. The house fully paid off, worth $850,000. I took a screenshot of the post. I took screenshots of every comment. I saved them all. Then I put my phone down and sat in the dark. I did not cry. I did not rage. I just sat there feeling something shift inside me. For the first time in 25 years, I made a decision that was only about me. The next morning, I woke up with a strange clarity. I did not feel angry anymore. I felt calm, eerily calm. I went to work like it was any other day. I did not call Denise. The next day, I opened a separate bank account. I transferred half of our joint savings, $170,000, into my new account. It was completely legal. That money was as much mine as it was hers. I contacted a separate accountant to help me organize my finances independently. I did all of this calmly, methodically, without a shred of hesitation. On the third day, the messages started. It began with a text from Denise at 10 in the morning. There were dozens of them. Friends saying things like, "Looks amazing," and "So jealous." And then I saw it. A comment from Derek. "Best decision ever, we needed this family time. He will not even notice we are gone. LOL. I read it again, and again, and again. Someone had replied, "Wait, where is your dad?" Derek's response, "Working as usual. He is married to his job anyway." There was a shrugging emoji at the end. 15 people had liked his comment. "We were going to surprise you when we got back. Please do not be mad. You are scaring me with this silence." The last one read, "I am booking a flight home right now. Please just talk to me." Derek sent 12 messages. "Dad, this is not funny. We messed up, okay, we get it. Do not overreact. Dad, seriously, I am worried." His final message said, "Please do not do anything stupid." Amanda sent 10 messages, most of them tearful apologies. "Daddy, I am so sorry. It was Derek's idea, I swear. Please forgive me. I love you, Daddy, please answer." Her last message was, "I am crying right now. I cannot believe we did this to you." Frank, my father-in-law, sent 5 messages. "Lincoln, let us talk like men. I know we crossed a line. Do not make a rash decision." Bradley sent 5 messages too. "Bro, come on. Family is family. Do not throw away 25 years over one mistake." I sat on the couch in my hotel room. Yes, I had checked into a suite at the Fairmont Olympic Hotel. I read every single message with a blank expression. I felt nothing. No anger, no sadness, just a cold, detached calm. Late that night, Denise called via video chat. I stared at the screen. Her eyes were red and swollen from crying. I hesitated, then accepted the call. Her face filled the screen. "Lincoln," she sobbed. "Please, I am so sorry. It was stupid. We thought you would not mind because you are always working anyway. We thought you would understand." I cut her off. My voice was flat, emotionless. Understand what, Denise, that my family thinks. I am so worthless, so invisible that they can abandon me on my 50th birthday and laugh about it online. No, that is not. I saw Derek's comment. "He will not even notice we are gone. Do you know how that feels?" She was shaking. "Lincoln, please. We were going to surprise you when we got back. Please do not be mad. You are scaring me with this silence." The last one read, "I am booking a flight home right now. Please just talk to me." Derek sent 12 messages. "Dad, this is not funny. We messed up, okay, we get it. Do not overreact. Dad, seriously, I am worried." His final message said, "Please do not do anything stupid." Amanda sent 10 messages, most of them tearful apologies. "Daddy, I am so sorry." They can figure out their own lives now. I have separated our finances. You will get what is legally yours. Nothing more. Her face went white. "You cannot be serious." Over one mistake. One mistake. I felt something crack in my voice, but I controlled it. "Denise, this was not a mistake. This was a choice. You all chose to exclude me. You chose to mock me. You chose to show me exactly how much I matter to this family. So now I am choosing myself." "We are coming home tonight," she said desperately. "Do not bother. I will not be there. I am staying at a hotel." I ended the call. I packed a bag, walked out of that empty house, and for the first time in decades, I felt something I had forgotten: freedom. They would spend the next months trying to fix what they had broken. But I was already gone. The divorce was finalized 8 weeks later. Washington State has relatively straightforward divorce laws, especially when there are no minor children involved. Denise did not fight me. I think she was too shocked. We divided everything. I kept my $401k and my stock options totaling $880,000. We sold the house and split the proceeds. Each of us walked away with $425,000. The joint savings had already been divided. I did not have to pay alimony because Denise was perfectly capable of working. She had been an accountant before the kids were born, and could easily return to that field. Derek and Amanda tried to reach out multiple times. I kept them at a distance. I was not cruel, but I was firm. I told them I needed time. The truth was, I did not know if I would ever be able to look at them the same way again. The first few weeks were hard. I will not lie about that. Washington State has relatively straightforward divorce laws, especially when there are no minor children involved. Denise did not fight me. I think she was too shocked. We divided everything. I kept my 401k and my stock options totaling $880,000. We sold the house and split the proceeds. Each of us walked away with $425,000. The joint savings had already been divided. They can figure out their own lives now. I have separated our finances. You will get what is legally yours, nothing more. Her face went white. You cannot be serious. Over one mistake. One mistake, I felt something crack in my voice, but I controlled it. Denise, this was not a mistake. This was a choice. You all chose to exclude me. You chose to mock me. You chose to show me exactly how much I matter to this family. So now I am choosing myself. Every Saturday morning I would drive out to the Cascade Mountains and spend the day on the trails. The physical exertion felt good. The solitude felt even better. I joined a book club. An actual book club, not the imaginary one Denise had lied about. I met people who shared my interests, people who valued conversation and intellectual curiosity. I made friends. One of those friends was a man named Thomas. He was 48, recently divorced, and understood exactly what I was going through. We would meet for coffee every Sunday and talk about everything: work, life, regrets, hopes. One Sunday, Thomas said something that stuck with me. Lincoln, you know what the best thing about starting over at 50 is? You finally know who you are, and you do not waste time on people who do not value you. He was right. 7 months after the divorce, I received a job offer. A startup logistics company in Portland was looking for a vice president of operations. I have thought about it every single day. I was selfish and cruel, and I took you for granted. I listened. I did not interrupt. Will you ever forgive me? She asked. I took a deep breath. Amanda, I forgive you. But forgiveness does not mean going back to how things were. It means accepting what happened and choosing to move forward. Will we ever be a family again? Her eyes were hopeful, desperate. We will always be connected by blood, I said carefully. I have thought about it every single day. I was selfish and cruel, and I took you for granted. I listened. I did not interrupt. Will you ever forgive me? She asked. I took a deep breath. Amanda, I forgive you. But forgiveness does not mean going back to how things were. It means accepting what happened and choosing to move forward. Will we ever be a family again? Her eyes were hopeful, desperate. We will always be connected by blood, I said carefully. But trust, respect, those take time to rebuild, and I am not sure I am ready for that yet. She nodded, tears streaming down her face. We talked for another hour. It was not a reconciliation, but it was a start. Maybe. I was not making any promises. I heard through mutual acquaintances that Denise was struggling. She had moved back in with her parents. She apparently sent me messages every month, but I had blocked her number. I did not hate her. I just felt nothing. Complete indifference. And that, I realized, was worse than anger. Derek never apologized. Not really. He sent one email months later saying he was sorry I felt hurt, but that I had always prioritized work over family. The lack of self-awareness was stunning. I deleted the email and never responded. One evening, about 14 months after everything fell apart, I was sitting on the balcony of my Portland apartment. The view overlooked the Columbia River. The sun was setting, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. I had my guitar in my lap, and I was playing a song I had finally learned after weeks of practice. I thought about the past 25 years. I thought about all the sacrifices I had made. For a long time, I had believed that sacrifice was love, that working yourself to exhaustion for people was the same as caring for them. I had believed that my worth was measured by how much I could provide, but I had learned something important. Sacrifice without respect is just servitude, and love without reciprocity is just self-destruction. I did not regret leaving, not for a second. They say you cannot teach an old dog new tricks, but at 51 I learned the most important lesson of my life. The only person who can truly abandon you is yourself, and I refuse to do that anymore. Some people think I am cold. Some think I gave up too easily. But here is what they do not understand. I did not give up on my family. They gave up on me first. I just had the courage to finally see it. If you are watching this and you feel invisible in your own home, remember your worth is not determined by how others treat you. It is determined by how you treat yourself. And sometimes the bravest thing you can do is walk away. So let me ask you, have you ever had to walk away from people you loved because they did not value you? How did you find the strength to do it? Share your story in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. And if this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. Share this video with someone who might need to hear it. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope it helps you remember that you deserve to be treated with respect and love. Take care of yourself. You are worth it.